What's goody to any and everybody who may be listening? Okay. Now, we're going to be getting into the crucifixion of Yeshua. Okay, we got to get into not only the Pharisees, but the CIA. Okay, it is important to note that this is not an organic timeline. This is not where this is computer generated. This is artificial intelligence. Myself and my counterpart, we played the role of Yeshua, although in fact we are angelic. Okay? Now, these lifetimes, the lifetime of Yeshua and the crucifixion is directly related to the lifetimes that I lived as, quote, mother. Okay? Now, these lifetimes that I lived as mother, nothing but illusions. Okay? And these illusions were a part of the early life experiments from just this lifetime. So, in other words, what I'm saying is that those lifetimes that I perceived that I lived as mother, starting from the crown and coming on down, illusions. Okay? That I was fed in those early life experiments. Now, we did that CIA agent that I've been talking about him throughout a little bit here and there, but we got a little bit more about this evil. You don't know evil until you encounter, meet this agent. And this is not even a CIA agent. It's like that's a cover for the kind of beast and monster that this CIA agent is. Okay? Now, let's go to this crucifixion right quick, because I want to address the crucifixion. I need to call my energy and life source back. From the Pharisees. Look, I'm getting ahead of myself. Excuse me. I am getting a little ahead of myself. Let's just talk about the lifetime of Yeshua. Okay? Now, Yeshua definitely was not who people think he is. Definitely not this perfect individual. Yeshua did some things. Now, Yeshua was an outlaw. Okay? They did not like him. Even the people really did not like him. Now, his followers fucked with him. But the people, the fickle people, the unhealed, fickle-minded people, full of them orbs, and unhealed trauma, could not take Yeshua. They did not like him. And none of them really believed that he was Yeshua or the, quote, Son of God until after that crucifixion. Okay? Now, let me go ahead and call my energy and life source back just from that in and of itself, because those people, I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments, caught up within the lifetime, the illusory lifetime, as Yeshua in general, as a whole, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, which is me. Okay? I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light, sparks, and soul fragments that got caught up with any of them fickle-minded, unhealed people that couldn't take me and didn't believe that I was me until that crucifixion, are released, are removed, released, freed, and brought on back home to the Mother, the Father, and the child, the Trinity, which is me. Okay? Now, let's talk about the Pharisees. Now, one thing about them motherfucking Pharisees that was sitting up there high up, as if they could even sit high up, okay, when they didn't have no real power, they most certainly not ordained to be sitting up in them high posts where they were sitting, looking down. I couldn't stand them. Let's go ahead and call the energy and light sparks back from these motherfucking clowns. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, stuck, stolen, and lodged within any and all of those motherfucking Pharisees who ain't had no business sitting up there in them seats that they was sitting in, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Also, what you need to know, Mary and Joseph won't name one of them shit. Mary, a liar, okay, and got Yeshua caught because this individual again was an outlaw, and they didn't like him because he was not from and not of the earth or not of this realm. Okay. Excuse me. Now, where do I want to go with this? So let's call our life sparks back from Joseph and Mary. Who Mary was? Never mind. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that got stuck, lost, stolen, lodged up in Mary and Joseph, the program of Mary and Joseph, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? And my heart had closed because of this fact. The fact that Mary worked with the Pharisees and worked with the government at that time to have me captured. That was extremely heartbreaking for me. Let's call the energy and the light sparks back. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that were caught up, lost, stolen, stuck, or lodged within the midst of that heartbreak that I experienced as Mary with her raggedy ass, a whore and a harlot, got me captured by the government, the Pharisees, are released, removed, freed, and brought on home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? Now let's talk about the emotions. The hunt down. Now, and these secret societies, that have been sort of in operation since, again, before this lifetime as Yeshua, when I was upwards in the body as mother. Okay, it's been the same societies, the same secret societies. Let's go ahead and call our light sparks back from that program. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments caught up within that program, the program of these secret societies, these demonic networks that have been in operation since the days of Mother, okay, extending into now, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Now, the emotions. I gotta talk about the emotions. These were some of the toughest emotions. Even now, going through what I went through in this lifetime, I had not experienced any emotions similar to that, similar to being on the run from the Roman government, to having that whore Mary having me captured and things of this nature, to actually walking with that cross, having that cross on my back as I was walking and experiencing those emotions, knowing that I was about to die up on the cross in front of thousands of people as some sort of demonic ritual, which is exactly what that was, because I damn sure did not come to die for nobody's sins. That's ridiculous. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, stolen, trapped, lodged, or stuck within the midst of those emotions, those gut-wrenching emotions of knowing that I was about to die up on that cross in front of those people who were chanting, won't do nothing but chanting and protesting and wanting it to happen, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, which is me. Okay? Now, where we gonna go with this here? We took care of the crucifixion. Now let's talk about this CIA agent, which again, that's just a cover up for this being something. I can't even call this individual a demon. I don't even know what to call this individual. I don't want to call him Satan either, because even Satan, even the devil, a creature on it, ain't got nothing on the evil, the amount of evil that is within this so-called CIA agent, a white man. And looking at this white man, you would not even think, you wouldn't know that this individual is full of evil. Okay? Let's go ahead and call our light sparks back from this CIA agent. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light, sparks, and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, trapped, stolen, stuck, or lodged within this CIA agent, which is again is a cover-up for this monster, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Now, let's go on back to the early life experiments. Now, these experiments were wrought with torture. And again, these lifetimes that I lived as mother, not real. Okay? When myself and my counterpart left our home planet to come out, okay, we came straight. We went straight into that orb and came straight into this lifetime. Those experiments, during those experiments, is when I was fed those lifetimes. I was fed those lifetimes as mother so that I would think it's real and so that I would identify with them and attach to them. This is what kept this loop. This wasn't the first loop for this. This is what kept it looping. Now let's go ahead and call our light sparks back and denounce the mothers, Okay? I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light, sparks, and soul fragments caught up with any of the mothers that I was fed by this agent who tortured me in every way, um, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child, the Trinity, which is me. Okay. What else do I want to say? Now, this CIA agent, I gotta tell you that when I came into this lifetime, myself and my counterpart were glued together. We would visit each other quite often in the astral, and not only in the astral, we would speak telepathically. We were very connected to one another in early life. Okay, I was also in the process of building the heavens. I was in the process of building the worlds, our worlds that got stolen from us, from me, really, by this CIA agent who used Orumula to do it. Okay, now let's go ahead and call our light sparks back from that. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, stolen, stuck, or lodged within the midst of that CIA agent who tortured me unceasingly and stole the worlds and the heavens that I was building when I was young, along with my counterpart. It was me and my counterpart building them together. Okay. And using my counterpart to take it and give it to him and them are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay. Now what's next? So it was very tragic. I gotta tell you, this CIA agent, he allowed everyone to get in on the fun and attach themselves to my whole chakra system. For instance, Danielle attaching herself to my root and things of this nature. All of this happened under his watch, as well as Orumula, which was very heartbreaking. Seeing Orumula turn his back on me like that, but I knew that he was under some sort of spell or magic. Looking back now I see it, but then this was heartbreaking. This broke my heart, and it like after that I couldn't do nothing. I didn't even want to take care of myself. I didn't even want to take care of myself after losing my counterpart. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that are lost, that had gotten stolen, stuck, lodged, within the midst of that heartbreaking moment where I lost Orumula in early life. And this CIA agent had him going against me like that, stealing what was left after he done stole my heavens. Released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? Now, excuse me. What is next? So, in effect, none of that stuff that happened, where I'm talking about moving uppers in the body, where Orumula was going against me by doing that magic and things of this nature, as Gale and going down the body. None of that stuff really happened. All of that was based on what had happened in these early life experiments with that hypnosis and the trance and things of this nature. Now, we got to go back to the man in the red truck, because that's also sort of where it started at. This man in the red truck, that Sharita Doja had the nerve to allow me to be out there in the car with this man at the age of 4 or 5. Now, what he was doing was ungodly. Okay, I can recall the emotions, and what he was doing was terrible. I gotta call my energy back from that. Now, I don't exactly remember what he was doing. I do know there was hypnosis and things of this nature being employed inside of that truck. And I feel it feels like molestation as well. It feels like I was being touched. Let's go ahead and call the light sparks back from this man in the red truck. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, stolen, stuck, or lodged within the events surrounding this man in the red truck are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, stolen, stuck, or lodged within this man in the red truck himself, or even in the red truck itself, or even in the hypnosis and that trance state that I was in, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? Now, this CIA agent, okay, excuse me, this is the same CIA agent that appeared in that dream. Like I put that post up about that. It's called Tom's Diner, where this was the same CIA agent, okay, who was coming to the diner where I was at. I was sitting at the bar at this diner. Okay, now I've been at this diner before. Okay, in like the astral or the dream world, and I felt this agent coming. I felt them coming because I know his energy. So, bitch, I was waiting for him to show up because I had some form. I sure did. I had some form. So when I felt them coming, I got up out that chair where I was sitting at, and I went up to that window. Now, this agent did not have a chance to even come into the diner because I was standing there waiting for him, and I was standing like, quote, mother, okay? I was standing there like mother, waiting on him. Now, when he came up, this individual came to steal a glimpse or to look into my eyes. Now, what he saw was not what he was expecting to see. And this individual walked away looking like he done had a brain aneurysm, or something done fried his brain, or something done got him. Now, he walked away feeling pain. This was pain. And he deserved every bit of the pain that he got when he came and thought that he was going to be coming to steal or take something. Now, let me call my energy back. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that got lost, stolen, trapped, stuck, or lodged within the midst of that look that this individual gave me, or just that dream or that vision in and of itself, while keeping that individual where he is on the brink of death, dying, Leave him right there. He does not deserve to breathe. He is a thief and a murderer and a torturer and a child molester. Are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks and soul fragments caught up, lost, stolen, stuck, or lodged within the midst of the former, because it's a wrap now, looping effect, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. I decree and declare this to be permanent and unchangeable across all realms, timelines, and dimensions.